Hey everyone, this is Kaima, aka Kim Jackson, speaking with you today. So glad to be here. Hope everyone is enjoying this day. After all, y'all here, which means another opportunity for a whole lot of greatness to come from each and every last one of us. So today's message is really in light and spirit of what we are going through as a species, quite honestly, in light of the pandemic that's taken place. No, it's not good, right? But in everything, there's always a golden or silver lining. So this is a great opportunity for us to reduce our carbon footprint so that we can help preserve this earth just a little bit longer for us to enjoy it. Get to know the people who are more intimate in our lives. Recognize how much we appreciate the things that we may have been coming to take for granted. Save some money on gas, tolls, eating out in the workplace, and just going out more frequently and realizing just how much is not necessary. In addition to that, for us, we have families, spending time with our families, and we have some individuals, a lot of us out here are single, living in our own homes by ourselves, and not to say that we don't want to, but this is a choice, right? So even with that, finding other ways to stay connected, whether you're doing more video calls or, turning on your gaming system and saying, all right, I'm online and playing a couple games together virtually, even having virtual lunches together. There's so many things we can continue to do, even during this time of social distancing. And addition, just overall being appreciative. I know a lot of areas we're still encouraged to get up, go out and get some exercise. That can be a walk, a run, a bike ride. The idea is just, again, that social distancing when you're out in public. The other thing is like really taking the time to unplug, even though we know we're using social media more, we're using virtual platforms more for the workplace. When you do it so much, it's like, oh my God, right? So it's like really encouraging to say, all right, unplug, turn off, put a play with a puzzle, read a book, do some exercise, meditate, take this opportunity when we say often we don't have time. A lot of us have some time now because we're not in traffic. We're not at the gym. We're not going to this and that networking event. No, we're in the house. So, make up your own little space in your house if you haven't already. Shut out of area and just breathe, let some fresh air in and meditate. So many things we can be doing to really get back to that self-love, self-appreciation, self-help. In the same time, doing it with those that we are very close to and care very much about, whether they are in our homes or not. It's an opportunity to really stop and think about what we appreciate really about our lives and the way we live. What are some areas that we can really, I can shore this up a little bit. We may find that we've been overindulging in something and maybe not really giving enough effort or energy to other things. Like I said, it's just a really great time for that, self-help, self-love, self-awareness, and introspection. And in doing so, we become more responsible to each other. We become more accountable to each other. This is a really big deal right now. When's the last time we've had something like this? Like, we heard about it before, especially the most notable, at least in Western culture, is the bubonic plague. We hear about it, we're like, how did it happen? How did it happen? Well, hey, it happens, right? So we want to definitely be more conscious of our own personal behaviors, our hygiene, our mindset, and how we approach this thing. Is not a movie. It is not a movie. There is no cut. There's no edit. There's no makeup. There's none of that. There's no post production party, right? It's going to happen on time in 3 weeks. That's not how this works. We have the power within ourselves as a collective to determine how this thing turns out. There's no script to this. There's no ending pre-planned, right? So with that, definitely want to jump on and say, yes, it took us to be driven to separate for us to come together, but let us do that so that we can all continue to be, and though our children can be and their children can be. Let's learn better behaviors in general and keep those behaviors. We don't need to go back to what was. This is a pause. This is a precipice moment, if you want to call it that. So whether you are, sheltered in with family, or you are, a solo artist, in your house and, walking around living your best life, still enjoy life because you have it. Connect to people in safe and healthy ways, and share out whenever you can, but most importantly, take this opportunity to be a part of yourself, to go inside of yourself, to help yourself to be better, so that when we all come out on the other side, we're better collective as a species. Again, this is a species thing right now. I hope you all have a really great day. Definitely speak to you soon.